I can't. I'm sorry, Dada. I can't take you seriously now with that background. Change. All right, whatever. Leave it. Leave it.
Wait, let me rock with the Deadpool one. Hold on. That's the one I wanted to go with.
It's the same. Okay, ready?
Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon,
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
and we're back bringing you all our thoughts on everything happening in nerd culture. Uh, skipped a week last week, but we are back. How are you guys doing? What are some
Pretty
nerdy
good.
things you've been up to? Some, I hope, or not. James, I saw you were on the struggle bus this week on call,
For
so
sure.
mm.
For sure.
So we'll see. I feel like you don't have any nerdy things, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Jada,
I got a couple though.
oh,
It's like
you
two
got a
weeks, so
couple.
I got a
Oh
couple.
yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. Who wants to go first?
Go
I gotta
ahead,
go
James.
first.
Take it away.
Let me put my notes up here. But yeah, definitely on call. So I've been busy at work. But it's done tomorrow, so I'll be free and take some
Yay.
time off. Then I'll have a lot of nerdy things. But starting off, I got this new Spider-Man comic, number 20, Miles Morales.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I have fallen behind again. I gotta read 18, but they're up to 20 now. So I'm only like 3 behind. So
Okay.
I'll uh I'll get back caught up here shortly. So that for sure. Been playing some Final Fantasy still. I squeezed in a little bit of time yesterday. So I'm up to chapter 10 now. So I think last
Chapter
time I
10.
updated, I was in chapter 8. So
Okay.
you know, making my way through.
You are making your way through. What part of the
Making
game
my
is
way through
that?
Midgar.
I forget.
I'm in the desert. So it's after Gungaga. I'm in like this desert. Some guy flew us in a plane to the desert.
Oh, Sid.
Or
Sid
some
flew you in a
canyons.
plane to the desert.
Yeah. Well, canyons, desert is
Oh,
it's like a mirror.
you're in Cosmo Canyon. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. It's one of my favorite
Yeah,
places.
I'm there. So chapter 10, um, 14 total chapters, so we're
Yeah,
almost there.
almost done. Almost done. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Then other than that, I mean, which is what, well, I'm not even up to date in all my stuff. I think I'm up to date in Windbreaker. Um, Kaiju number 8, I'm up to date in. And Go-Go Loser Ranger, I think they took a week off or something. So actually, I might be up to date in everything. So never
Okay.
mind. I think I'm up to date in everything. But I got this new statue behind me here. This Gotenks one. I'll
Nice.
show you guys a little closer here.
Yes, bring it to the forefront.
As I try not to drop it. So it's resin.
Nice.
Gotenks
Dope.
with his ghosts.
It's
Yeah, I
dope.
That's
ordered
fine.
from this studio. I think they're based out of like Spain because their website
Nice.
was in Spanish, or I think it was in Spanish. But yeah, I just got this Friday night actually. So yeah, I had to put it together a little bit. But it came with separate heads. So like you can remove this head and he's in either his Super Saiyan form or his just regular base standard form. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
super dope. Shout out to it's called Kaio Land. I posted it on my story. So if you guys looking to get some resin statues there.
Nice. That's fine.
I want to order something
Yeah.
from there, but I'm not because I don't have space
Yeah.
or money.
I had to remind Shannon to not blow her money on this.
There you go. Thanks, James.
Yeah,
But it's
of
cool.
course,
I like it.
it came with
Um,
this. I think it's like a back plate. I don't know exactly what this is, but 2% Studio is the studio that worked on it.
nice.
It's like manga panels, but it's a glass kind of thing. Like,
Oh, that's
Mm.
cool.
so I can put that
Yeah,
somewhere
you
else.
probably just like stand it up or
Yeah,
something.
and it's a limited thing. It's only 60 made, so it came with this little proof of card thing.
Nice.
So I got number 54. I'm gonna get it insured in case anybody tries to pull a
Oh,
fast one on me. No, I'm kidding.
Mm,
I don't think I need to do all that,
uh,
but
number 54 out of 60.
yeah.
nice.
So
Nice.
definitely dope. But yeah, that's actually all my nerdy things.
I'm glad you're
Okay.
playing. I'm glad you've gotten further in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I might mess around and beat it this week. Not even gonna lie to you guys.
You should. You should, so I can talk to you about the game as a whole.
Yeah.
Did you like the Gungaga region or did you hate it?
Um, it wasn't bad. I remember you said it was like one of the worst, and I was like, what does
Yeah.
Shannon hate about this? So
Well,
I've been trying to figure it out.
it's hard to traverse, that's why. But if you weren't like doing a lot of exploring, then you probably didn't really see it. Like if you didn't like
Oh
try
yeah.
to like, get all the world's stuff, then you probably didn't experience a lot of the
Yeah, some
annoyance.
of it was confusing. Like you had to jump on the
Yeah,
mushrooms
that's
to
yeah.
yeah, that part kind of sucked. But yeah, I
It's
did
an
a little bit of exploring.
yeah, it's an internet worst hated just because it's hard with the mushrooms and stuff to like traverse the area. It's annoying. Can't see
Yeah,
really. It's hard. It's just too many trees in the way. Can't see where you're going. It's annoying to
right.
me.
But I've been winning my fights. I think the most that I lost a fight was probably like twice.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, so I've been sweating it up. I've been getting good, as they say. Get good, I got good. So yeah, I got good. I beat Alexander the summon, so I got that one too. So
Nice. I could not beat Alexander. I gave
it
up
took
on
me
try.
like two
I
tries.
Oh, okay. You know what, James? I gave up
The
on trying to
Phoenix
beat
was whooping me
summons.
though. It took me like 4 hours to beat the Phoenix,
I
but
think the only
yeah,
summons
Alexander, I got him.
I think the only summons I beat were the Titan and who was the other one? I think I beat three of them, but I don't remember. But then I started giving up. Like I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time struggling on these summons when there are real fights that are killing me. But when you get towards the end, I'm excited to see if it's as easy for you as it has been. If it
Gotcha.
is,
That might be today because I'm gaming. If the page don't go off, I'm gaming.
I hope the pager doesn't go off on your last day. I hope it is.
Same.
Um, have you been playing the piano, James, in Final Fantasy, or
No,
no?
I'm skipping everything. I'm doing straight stories
Oh
and
no,
summon fighting.
you
Well, I'm
didn't
doing a
even.
little bit of world intel, but
Oh,
the piano stuff I've been skipping. Queen's
oh
Blood, I
man,
haven't been battling people.
the piano's so
My dating
fun.
sim is still going well. It's still Aerith. I don't know. Aerith just has an affinity for me, but I've been trying to make it Tifa, but I guess I'm choosing the wrong thing. Maybe I'm trying too hard.
Maybe. Because they don't
Yeah.
give you that much of when you have to like choose a reaction, they don't give you that much time to like read them all and consider. I'm just like, wait.
Yeah.
So then you
It's been a
definitely end
couple
up choosing
times
the
like
wrong one.
I've looked down at my phone or something like that, and I'm like, oh dang, they chose for me. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know if that was a good answer.
Yeah. Just don't have good relationships with everyone because then never mind. I don't want to spoil anything for you. I'll shut up. But
But let me start tanking some on purpose.
You
yeah,
gotta piss some
you should
people off.
tank some. You should tank some on purpose. Yes.
Yeah. But Aerith is like permanently in my party though, because she's probably
Really?
one of the most useful. Yeah, with my playing style, she's definitely the most useful. I put all them wards down. Oh man, you can't touch Aerith. And
I
Cloud,
don't know.
I use
I
Cloud pretty much every chance I get. And then sometimes I'll put Tifa in there because yeah, she got some crazy combos. But if it's a long range thing, then I just go Barrett.
You never have Kate. You never wait. Is Kate
Oh man,
you
Cake Sith sucks.
he does. Oh my God, he's the worst. He's literally he's literally never in my party ever.
Yeah,
But
I tried him out. I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to play with him. I looked up some YouTube videos. I'm like, these aren't helpful. Like he's not producing. So
he's
I
slow.
don't really use him, and I don't really use Red 13 either.
Yeah. I like Aerith because she's a good healer. But like other than that, maybe I just wasn't playing with her like to her max capacity, but I don't know. I just put really good healing abilities on other people and it's okay. But she's in my party sometimes. But I really like Yuffie. Yuffie's always in my party.
Yeah, I
Just
like
because
Yuffie too.
she's good range. And Tifa, I alternate between Tifa and Aerith and Barrett as the last three. Sometimes it just depends. Barrett, I don't like him because he's slow. Like
Yeah, I like Barrett though. He's a
he's good
tank character.
range. Yeah, but he's like really slow. Like when you had to fight what was his friend? What was his name? Dine?
Oh, I don't even remember that gun. Oh yeah, dying. Yeah,
Did
that
you like that
gunfight.
fight? I hated it.
It drug out for sure.
Yeah.
I think I beat it the first time, so I'm so glad I did because I was like, I would not want to be stuck on this for a long time.
Yeah. It
I
took
thought
me
we was
two
gonna jump him, but Bear was like, nah, dude, I gotta handle this on my own. I was ready to jump that guy.
yeah. It took me two times to beat him just because like Barrett just moves so slowly and it's just like I hate this. But yeah, so does Kate Sith. But actually, oh, shut up.
Barrett's a tank. I love Barrett.
Yeah.
For sure,
Um,
yeah.
he has his uses. Well, in the first game, more so I liked him more because he was the only range fighter. But now there's other besides Aerith, but like Aerith's attacks aren't really as strong. So he's really the only ranged fighter in the first one. So I liked him, but now
Do
I
I get
like him
more?
less.
Well, I'll wait
Well,
till.
no, wait, what?
I was gonna ask because I'm like at chapter 8 and I'm still
Oh,
rocking with the same people.
you got
You
pretty
know,
far.
so
Oh yeah, your party in the first one is basically your party for the game.
oh, okay, got it,
Yeah,
got
Yeah,
yeah,
they choose for you. And this one you get to mix and match. But then
yeah.
sometimes it's like forced parties, so they'll make you use certain characters. But for the
They
most
will
part, yeah, you can play how you want
they will make you
Gotcha.
with
use
who you
certain
want.
characters in the future, James. Just get ready.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
keep it a surprise how many chapters there are. I was gonna ask you how many chapters there are, but I think I'm gonna just keep it a surprise.
Do you want me to tell you? No? You don't want to know?
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah,
More
don't
there's
tell me. Don't tell
more
me.
there's more than the second game. But don't you want
Don't
to
tell
know? But don't you want to know so that you're prepared?
me. Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Because
Nope.
then you're gonna be like,
Because
oh,
I
it's
know
all
the story is on a cliffhanger too. Thank you for recommending that video last week
oh, did
because
you
I
yeah, watch it?
watched it
Yeah.
immediately after the podcast and it blew my mind the same way the Kingdom Hearts videos blew my mind. So I had to watch it a second time. So now I have a real grasp of what happened like right before the game started.
Yeah, now you
And
have context.
yeah, I like
Yep.
I like I like that I like that Square Enix storytelling all broken and
Yeah.
you gotta go, search for the lore. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool.
I was thinking
That video was helpful.
I was thinking about going back and playing that game because they remastered it also, but I don't know. We'll see. Um but yay. All right. I if you finish, I will be very happy because then I can have a full conversation with you finally about this game. But
Yeah, I'm definitely locking in this week.
I'm really sad you're not playing the piano
I'm
at all. The
probably
piano
gonna
games are
watch
fun.
the video of the story to the second one, guys. I'm just letting y'all know so that we can all talk about it.
You're not gonna wait until they eventually release it for Steam.
Nope.
No telling
Okay.
Once
how
I
long
play
that'll
this
be.
one, I need to know what happens in this
I mean,
story.
it might be well, we'll talk about it later, but it might be sooner than you think, just because
Okay.
we'll see. But Jaja, what have you been up to? What are your nerdy things? Oh wait, James, was that it? Or did you do anything
Yeah,
else?
no, that was it.
Okay. What have you been up to,
My
Jaja?
nerdy things, well, besides playing Final Fantasy, which I just revealed,
I
uh,
you got through a lot of it. Wait, so what part of the story is chapter 8? Just so that I know like what's going on right now.
Chapter 8, um, we just got finished beating, I think the second, uh, this mech with like a circular bottom. And the main guy, we were trying to plant a bomb at the Mako reactor, the second Mako reactor, and he knew we were going there. He was watching us the whole time.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. That part. Yes, yes, yes.
So I
Okay.
passed that boss.
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
sorry, I don't know
No, no, you're fine. You're fine.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where I'm at. Um, so and then besides that, I watched X-Men.
Hmm.
We can
Caught
talk
up.
about that later.
Yep.
Yeah, I caught up in X-Men. I'm so glad that I did. Been playing a little bit of Helldivers. I'm trying to stay in that. And then I was trying to decide in of a I guess a looter shooter to play.
Hmm.
And I was looking at Division 2 because they just dropped some new content. And then Destiny 2 started flooding my algorithm. I tried to jump back into that, and that game is like a totally different game than when I first started, but still very fun. But then I saw a lot of videos on Diablo 4's new season. People are saying that they did a lot of things to improve the game, make it more fun.
Hmm.
So I've been playing that. I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4 in a
Nice.
nutshell. And then I've been playing X Defiant, this game that dropped, this free to play game that dropped by Ubisoft.
Hmm.
Supposed to be a rival to like Call of Duty,
Hmm.
and it's very fun. It like has it's pretty much like if you were to look at it, it looks like Call of Duty. It
Hmm.
has some of the Overwatch game modes where you like escort like a payload. Um,
Hmm.
so it's like some people are saying it's a mix between Overwatch and Call of Duty. Whatever. It's a really fun game. It's been causing a lot of like conversation, because a lot of people are tired of Call of Duty, and there's a lot of people jumping on this game's bandwagon. And it's pretty cool because it uses a lot of the Ubisoft assets. So like, there's different factions in the game, and one of the factions are like the Tom Clancy, the Division. If you ever played the Division games, they're like those style characters. And then
Hmm.
there's the Splinter Cell style characters. They got Ghost Recon style characters, and there's a fourth one that I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting what the fourth one is. But anyway, it's a really fun game. I've been playing that, and yeah, and then I'm getting ready for Multiverses to come out in literally a couple of days. I think by when the
Right.
Tuesday.
podcast drops,
Oh,
this
today
game
when the
will be out.
podcast drops.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
Okay.
I'm,
Oh
I'm definitely gonna
no.
be playing that because
James,
I've been
yeah.
watching videos about from the people who've had early access, and everyone's reviewing, giving the game very high praise.
Dang.
So
So
if it's funner than it was last time, it's lit.
you're not even about to be playing any more Final Fantasy. You're about to be playing
No, that's what
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna beat
mix
it
it up.
Multiverses.
today or
I'm gonna
tomorrow.
mix it up. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for
Well,
real.
yeah,
I'm not gonna say the chick.
James, you're close enough. Like, especially since you're not doing any of the side stuff, you can definitely finish the game
Yeah, I'll probably
between
beat it
today
today
and
or tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah, for sure.
Then
Um,
stress the fellas out in
but
multiverses once that drops Tuesday.
Jaja, you have a little bit more to go though, so I don't know.
Oof, oof.
You won't be done.
See, now I want to ask what. I mean, I forget it.
I want to tell you. Okay, fine. I won't though.
How many? How many? Just tell me.
18. So you have 10 left.
Okay, cool. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
not bad.
yeah.
Nice. I thought I was closer than that. I got a
Yeah.
lot of game left.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So and then the only other thing I know I dropped in the chat. I watched the Terrence Howard interview with Joe Rogan. I don't know if y'all watched
Oh,
it.
right. No, I didn't get a chance to watch it yesterday. But can you,
It-
what is it about? Tell us. Tell us the story. No?
it's a lot in a
Okay,
nutshell.
well
He's
then,
pretty
okay.
much trying to like I've watched some of his speeches before, but he's trying to introduce like new shapes, and I want to say it in a way that doesn't make it because I like there's he's introducing like new concepts in science, pretty much like new shapes. He's saying he's discovered new shapes and new elements, and um, that that some of the theories that we've been going off of for the past umpteenth years are like completely wrong, pretty much. And he's causing a lot of controversy in the science space right now, like worldwide. And
This
some
might be
of
interesting.
the yeah, it is very fascinating stuff. And like I'm not claiming to be anybody who's like even a quarter as smart as some of these people that are in these fields, but even just having a different range of people with different like knowledge ranges is good to look at this because it's like some of the stuff he's saying just makes sense. It's like when he shows you the shapes and how they are like in perfect symmetry, and he's saying he pretty much found the shape of like the hydrogen atom, and that 99% of everything in the world has hydrogen in it. And if we have this basic building block, we can build like whatever the hell we want. He has a he showed a prototype of a device that he made. By the way, he said he has like 97 patents, and most of them based on like this stuff that he's trying to bring into the world. None of the scientists really want to talk to him. He said he sent his work to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Neil deGrasse Tyson pretty much shunned him and redlined his paper and was like, "Nah, you got to go talk to somebody else. I don't want to talk to you about this."
Mm.
And one of the reasons he pissed Neil deGrasse Tyson off wrong, Neil deGrasse Tyson off is because when he sent him his work, he titled it with like 1 × 1 = 2, and that's like one of the things he's been going around saying, and he's saying that the math system is wrong. Like 1 × 1
What?
= 1, the identity principle that whoever freaking made up,
This sounds like
because
a
it's a made up
problematic interview.
theory.
Hmm.
He's saying that is like that shouldn't like it doesn't. It's not a mathematically like it's not a.
What are his qualifications for thinking that he can speak on any of this?
So that's where
Yeah,
some
I
of the
didn't know he was a
controversy
scientist.
comes in because like he starts if you when you watch the interview, he's like the first minute is him saying how he remembers being in his mom's womb. Like
Okay.
some of his first memories are in his mom's womb,
Sure.
and he remembers being birthed, and like very early, and I think he was like 5 years old. He had a dream and that he like was with some guy, and some guy brought him to some big mansion or castle, and it had all this knowledge in it, and that's when he was given these shapes. And then he went on to become an actor, and then some happened with his wife, and she was trying to extort him for a whole bunch of stuff, and that and then he was about to get he was about to do the War Machine part, and it got taken away from him. He told the whole story of how that got taken away from him. Since we're in there, I might as well tell that part of the interview right now. He said that he did the first one, and he was doing some event, and um what's his name? What's the guy who played Iron Man? I'm sorry.
Tony,
Tony
I was about to say Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.'s wife was at the event, came to him and said, "Hey, um, they this is crazy. This is like one of the first times they casted the number two before the number one, and Robert wants to go in there and audition, but they won't let him audition. And he was like, "All right, I'll talk to them because I love Robert." Blah blah blah. So he goes and talks to the producers, and they couldn't get the bond, they couldn't bond him. And I think that from what I'm understanding is to pay him a certain amount of money to even like do the interview or something like that, or do the audition. So there was some money that had to be exchanged for it, and he said take it out of his cut to let him do the audition. He did the audition, got the part. He said they wanted Clyde Davis because the original plan was to have War Machine take over, whatever. So Robert Downey got the part, and then when they called him for the second movie, they said they wanted to I think he signed for like 8 million or something like that, and they said they wanted to give him like 1 million, and his manager pretty much told him to like go fuck themselves pretty much, and then they went to Don Cheadle. That's his story of how he lost the War Machine part. So all this was
Yeah, I've heard
happening at the
that.
same time,
Yeah.
and he went back to his science stuff because he said he started to remember all that, and he had a dream about whatever, and he started to go back into that.
Right.
So now he's pushing all his discoveries and different stuff. One of his claims is that he all the AR VR stuff that's being produced right now is based off of a patent that he had that he abandoned because he stopped paying for whatever maintenance fees were on it. He thought that they were like extorting him or shaking him down, like he wasn't paying them, and he abandoned the patent. And now, if you go look at the patent, it's cited by everybody: Microsoft, Amazon, Sony. He's saying they're all using his patent on AR VR to build the stuff. And then he said that they don't even know how the patent works. He said they're using a shotgun as a baseball bat. Like if they wanted to be shown how the patent works, he can really show them. It was a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people saying like he's insane and he's crazy.
Me.
But
I'm saying
like
that. I'm saying
I
that.
think it's very, very interesting. I want to see him sit
Listen.
down with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Or whoever, just
But he
somebody sit down with him and just debate him on this.
but he's not though. Neil deGrasse Tyson does not have
No,
time for that nonsense.
he said he asked some people to come debate the science. Like that's the
Okay.
to me, like this is the point of science. Like somebody throws up a theory, everybody gets together and debates it, tears it apart. But like you should do it face to face with the guy, not like in a video calling him crazy and all types of names. Like hear him out. Because a lot of the stuff makes sense. He like the device he showed a prototype to called like the linchpin.
Mm-hmm.
It supposed to like mimic the bonds that hydrogen makes, and it's like it's he made it as like a drone. It looks like a drone, and it can fly like around its center of mass. So it can go forward, backward, but it can just like spin at the same time. And he's saying this could be the new propulsion system that can get us, not us, but get devices to outer space, deep underwater. He's saying this is gonna kill cranes, and you can like one drone, you can make it the size of whatever the hell you want to make it up, the size of something small, but you can connect the way they connect together. You can just infinitely expand on this drone and make it as big as you want, as small as you want. It's crazy, but that's all I'm gonna say. This is a 3 hour interview. There's a
Oh my
lot of
God,
stuff I
it's
could
three
talk about.
hours?
3 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna have
I
to
watched it
look at the cliff
twice.
notes.
I watched it
Oh,
twice.
goodness.
I'm
Two
not even
times,
gonna lie.
two times speed. You watched it two times? Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay. You know what, Jaja? I love how you can find time to watch this twice. But a couple weeks ago, when we were deep in the playoffs, you couldn't find time to do other nerdy things. I'm just gonna shut
Listen,
up. I'm
this is
just
like groundbreaking stuff. He's talking about like he said we can like go to the way to the new propulsion system
Mhm.
instead of like building rockets that blast off and can reach whatever planet you want to get to. The way to do it is to he called it decoupling from the Earth's atmosphere, and that's using the Earth's spin against itself to propel. Like once you decouple from the electromagnetic whatever,
What is okay?
the
But
Earth will like start moving away from you, and that's what's gonna propel you. And supposedly that will have no G force or whatever, so you'll be able to travel at like light speeds without feeling any type of G force or anything.
how does he
And
know this though? Is he just saying? Is he just saying stuff? Because what? Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna speed it up and
it's
watch it. I don't like Joe Rogan, but I'll listen to the interview.
yeah, yeah. Why? Well, let's. I want to see what y'all think about it because
Well, James
I
is not gonna
find it
watch it.
fascinating.
He just said he's not going to.
I as I heard more, I started to think this might be a movie rollout. But I'm gonna look at some recaps and something like that. Because I mean I am a scientist myself, so I am
Mhm.
interested in seeing like, all right, what's going on here?
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
gonna
I
watch.
can
I'm
bring him
gonna
on
watch it.
here and he can debate with me.
Yes.
This, yeah, and he's saying like he was talking about. I don't know if you know what the flower of life is. It's supposed to
No.
be some ancient picture of all these circles that intersect, and that's supposed to be like one of the oldest paintings that exist in the world. And that scientists were reading it wrong. They're reading it two dimensionally when really you should bring it into a three-dimensional space and have all the circles interacting with each other. And that's how he
Okay.
came up with these shapes. And like the shapes that he came out with, like if you look at them like and measure them and like they do what he says. Like I haven't I've been watching like other scientists like critique his work, and everyone's doing like has your reaction, Shannon? They're like, oh, this is crazy. Like one guy was saying, oh, this is poetry, what he's talking about. Oh, he's making everything sound nice, but like this is how elements work. It's protons and electrons. But like, yeah, this goes against protons and electrons. So if you're still basing all your whatever your response is on protons and electrons, then yeah, you're not he's crazy. But I think people should try to understand what he's talking about and really debate him on this. I want to see a debate on
All
this.
right. Well, we'll see. Maybe. But I'll watch it. I will find time to watch some of it this week. That is a lot of time commitment, but we'll see.
You're not gonna watch it.
No, no,
I'm not
I'm
gonna.
gonna try. I'm gonna try. I am.
Because the first 30 minutes of his is like him talking about like stuff that like doesn't really matter.
Well, then I'll
Him
skip that. I will skip the
about
unimportant
him
things.
being in the womb and all that stuff. You're gonna
I
roll
don't
your eyes to
no,
all
I
that
don't
stuff.
want to I really don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that part because that sounds crazy to me. But podcast homework, I'll put that on the list.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out.
Okay. What about anything else?
That's it. That's I'm done with nerdy
That took
things.
up so much of your
That
week.
was like
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, that took up a lot of your week. All right. Did I go over mine? No, I didn't. Okay. What did I do? Uh, have you guys heard of Wuthering Waves? It just came out and like everyone's playing it. Have you heard of that game?
Never heard of
Mhm.
it. Looking it up
No?
now.
It came out like this past week and I've seen a few
What
people
is it
playing
on?
it. It's on everything.
Oh, okay. Weathering
Uh,
Wave.
actually, I don't think it's on Xbox, but it's also on the phone. So I'm just like ill. But it's on PlayStation, it's on PC.
Are you playing
It's
it?
on no, no, not yet. But I've seen people like like a good amount of people talking about it. So maybe
Okay,
it might be
I'll
my
check
next
it
thing.
out.
It looks like something I would like. Um, so we'll see.
It looks like Genshin Impact just from like
Yeah,
pictures.
that's its closest comparison. Yes.
Got it.
I don't know what it's about, but it just came out this week and some people so I just want to know if you guys have heard of it. Um, but no, I didn't do that, so I don't know why I brought that up. It's not a nerdy thing. It's a nerdy thing that I saw it. Um, I'm up to date in Windbreakers. I'm up to date in Demon Slayer. My 2 week-to-week things. I also started watching this other anime called Apothecary Diaries, which is another popular one.
That's
And
on my
it's
list.
yeah, it's really good. I'm enjoying it. I think you'll like it, James. So yeah, I've been watching that. I'm like 8 episodes in. It's like 26 episodes and it's only one season out. So I'm in the middle of watching that. I haven't been playing anything. I'm in a game rut after finishing Final Fantasy. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna play next. I'm trying to play something new as opposed to falling into old patterns and like replaying Kingdom Hearts again for the 20th
Do
time.
you
I
do
thought
you
about
want to
it.
play something that's like Final Fantasy?
Um, Ideally, yeah. Because I was debating playing Stellar Blade, but like there's so much mix mosh on the internet about Stellar Blade, so I'm just like, oh. So like I was
I
like,
don't.
maybe I'll play this Wuthering Waves game.
I know Tales of Arise is on Game Pass. I don't know if it's on the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
subscription thing. But if it is, you should try that one.
Okay. Oh yeah, you were talking about that.
Hmm.
All right. I'll
Or you
have to
can
wait.
finish Zelda.
Oh right. I keep forgetting about that. I
Or
should
you
you
can
know what?
finish Zelda.
I'm gonna finish Zelda. You're absolutely right, James.
There you
Absolutely
go.
correct. Um, oh, my hunt to find a tattoo artist continues, but maybe
Mhm.
not. So I was saying on the last episode that I'm trying to get a tattoo at the end of the summer, and it's been hard to find an artist because I don't know, it's just hard out here now in the tattoo world to get somebody that's willing to work on your tattoo. You can't just like walk into a shop and be like, fit me in a month for this. No, it's like
Mhm.
you have to like apply and like they have to like choose your design um and decide that they want to like do it, I guess, for their portfolio. So um I I was talking to James this week. James sent me his artist, but I also had applied for this other artist that I saw that I really liked, and he actually got back to me and said that he really wanted to work on my idea. So I was like, thank you. Finally. So
Nice.
now my search is over. So I've been talking to him and he just sent me like a mock-up of like what I described to him and it looks really good. So I'm excited. So uh that was easier than I thought, maybe, if I book an appointment with this guy. So yay me. Um
There you go.
yeah.
Tattoo soon.
Yeah. At the end of the summer though, because a lot to do right now. But yeah, the design he sent me looks really good. So I'm excited to work with that particular artist.
Nice.
Um, what else have I done? Oh, I spent the whole weekend mad because I was telling you guys, JJK, the manga readers are all over the internet. They have swarmed and have just been spoiling something very big that happened in JJK. Like
That's what they do.
I've been seeing it everywhere,
Yeah,
everywhere.
it's been spoiled
They're
for me too.
literally just like talking about it,
Like in the
like
headline, just
in the
says
head
everything.
in the headline. There was this one I follow like this anime news center page, and they like literally like posted a photo of the panel, just
Oh,
big words in the headline. I'm just like, what are you people doing? Anyway, I'll rant, but like it just made me really mad. And just like everywhere, people are talking about it in comments, in like random pages. Like you can't hide from it. It's very hard to like not see accidentally what happened. So now I'm mad. So now I'm gonna have to read the manga so that nothing else gets spoiled for me. That's what I've decided I need to do. And
Oh
like
man, good luck with that one.
I know
it's today's world we live in, man. With social
I
media and all
know.
that, everyone wants to clickbait, and it's like, and I don't understand how's that clickbait because that's just pissing people off. It's then like I'm not gonna click that because you just spoiled it for me, bro.
Not
I
not
might
everyone.
unsubscribe from you.
Right. And it pisses me off because like I read manga, but like not everyone reads every manga of every single show that's out. Like it's crazy. Like you can't just be talking about like this major thing. Like everyone has been reading the JJK manga, especially since like the manga's so far ahead. Like you can't just be spoiling big things like that. Whatever.
I've seen spoilers to Boruto. I've seen spoilers to My Hero. Like they're everywhere. They killed Black Clover. They've killed almost every popular anime for me. Like,
It's
but yeah,
it's crazy. But yeah, it really made me
Yeah.
angry.
I think
So
the
now,
JJK fans are especially egregious because so they dropped like the scans of the chapters on Thursdays, I believe. So
mhm.
Thursday, I already know. Don't even go on social media. Well, on Twitter, I have almost everything related to JJK muted because it won't even
Mm,
be translated in English. It'll drop like the Japanese a screenshot of the panel.
yeah,
I mean, you can
ooh,
tell what's happening because it's illustrated, but they'll drop just a screenshot of the
that's
scan
fresh off
upload.
the
So it's not
press.
even yeah, it's not even translated yet, and they're spoiling it. So I'm like, all right, you guys are trying to be the first one to break the news or whatever. But yeah, it's bad. So JDK, I actually got spoiled from it. I was reading on Viz, I was reading My Hero, and then in the comment section of My Hero, they spoiled JDK, and I was like, how did that even happen?
Oh
So
my God. Manga readers, shut up. Shut up.
yeah, you guys,
Just
you guys
keep
got to
your,
relax.
yes, like
What happened to the
go.
grace period?
Oh my God. Go on an island somewhere. Go find the JJK manga subreddit and go talk on there. Don't spread all your spoilers far and wide for the entire world to be
Yeah,
spoiled. Like, shut
at
up.
least don't post the panels. If you're
Shut
gonna
up.
talk about it, you can read a little bit and be like, oh,
Oh
this
my
is probably gonna
God.
be a spoiler. Let me stop reading. But they're just posting straight image of the panel. And I'm like, all right, no one can avoid that.
Now I gotta read it. I gotta read it because I refuse. I
Gotta read it
refuse
now.
to be spoiled about anything else that happens.
Nothing you can do.
And I'm already pretty upset. I'm so angry. But yeah, it's the JJK fans that are the worst because I've I've seen the most spoilers from the JJK manga online that I have from anything else. So I don't know
I
what it
feel like
is about
I
that
feel like
specific show.
whatever anime you're into, your algorithm is gonna spoil for you because like I swear every
Well,
anime that I'm into, they give me spoilers for like consistently. Like
Ugh, we
I
gotta
hate
stop.
it.
We gotta stop. We
well,
gotta
to
stop.
this day, I haven't been spoiled on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and that's been
Oh,
out
that's
for
great.
30 years.
Oh,
Yeah. So
nice,
you guys
nice,
come
nice.
to the JoJo fandom. We have some decorum around here. So I think you guys should join us.
And I wasn't spoiled on Attack on Titan, but that's because I was aggressively reading that, staying ahead of everybody. Like
Yeah,
that's what you have to do, I guess.
that's what I'm saying. Like you literally have to. But like it's so different. Like it's so different than like a movie coming out and like people spoiling it like within the first week. That's so different because like manga is so far ahead. Like you can't just be and like there's a good amount of people that don't read manga. So it's like you can't just be out here talking about you can't just be out here talking about stuff. Ugh, it makes me so angry. Just be quiet, everyone. Shut up. Just shut up. Anyway, that was me.
And it's like they're not just spoiling like this is what happened in the next chapter. It always has to be like some major plot twist that would I would have loved to just read and not know about. You got to
Yeah.
spoil that moment, like
Yep. Yep. I suppose it can't be stopped though. You can't.
If you can't beat them, read with them.
It's true. It's true. Or I just
you
have to.
can't even read with them.
Or I just have to stay off social media, I guess. I guess that's like forever. Like that doesn't make any sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like and it's hard like you just can't avoid it because it's like the most random accounts that you'll find like saying stuff. And then like on Instagram specifically, like things like pop up like suggested. So it's like I guess based on like your algorithm pattern. So it's like I'll get spoilers from like accounts that I'm not even following because they'll just like pop up in like my suggested that you follow. And I'm just like, what the fuck? It's like why?
Yeah, they do
Why
you
is this
real
happening?
dirty.
They
Didn't
do.
didn't this happen with video games too recently? I feel like we talked about this with like
Probably.
Final Fantasy or something. Somebody spoiled the story
I don't know.
or something.
People did they? But that's also different because it's like there's a grace period for things like that. But like I feel like manga and anime is different just because there's always gonna be manga's always gonna be ahead. Like you just can't and there's always gonna be people that are not reading the manga. So it's like I feel like you just can't do it. But here we are, spoiled. I know everything that happened. I'm so mad. I'm so
Man, sorry they ruined it for you.
I'm so angry. But
Hopefully, by the time it's animated, you have forgot.
maybe. I'm gonna read it now. I'm gonna hold the eternal wisdom that the manga readers for JJQ hold, but I'm gonna be quiet about it. I'm just gonna shut up about it. It's fine. I'm gonna join them. That's what's gonna happen. Um did I do anything else? I don't think so. Oh, I'm going to a Dungeons and Dragons like live stage play tonight.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
Jaja. So
nice.
I'll tell you like how it is. It's a show. It's like an
Okay.
interactive show. My friend had an extra ticket, so I was just like, sure, I'll go. And I've been seeing like advertisements for it online. So I don't really know what to expect at all, but I'll tell you how it is next week.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see your review.
Yeah, for sure. It's called the Double-Sided Tavern or something like that. That's what it's called. Yeah. So I'll give my
Okay.
review on that next week as a very ignorant Dungeons and Dragons player. I'm like, or not even a player, just person. Like I
Mhm.
don't know really anything about Dungeons and
And
Dragons.
me too. I don't know anything really. I'm still new, even though I'm playing it. Like this is my first time, first experience ever. So
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'll let you know how that is next week. Cool. We spent a lot of time on nerdy things, guys. Like a lot of time. Let's go through some news that happened over the last 2 weeks. So we were talking about Final Fantasy and Square Enix in general. So Square Enix sales have been plummeting over the last couple years, and that is partially because of their exclusivity to Sony for a lot of their Final Fantasy titles. So they are focusing on restructuring and pursuing like a aggressive multi-platform strategy after profits have tumbled from their last few games. Um, but unfortunately, that's also going to mean, as part of this restructuring, it's going to mean laying off employees, which again is like what's happening throughout the game industry as a whole in general. And I just thought it was funny because we were talking about Square Enix, and I'm like, oh, I haven't heard anything about Square Enix laying people off, but here we are. Just another one of the companies to join uh to join one of the many other companies and studios that are laying people off, sadly. But Final Fantasy VII, actually, oh, they still haven't released the numbers for Rebirth, so I don't know how it's doing, but it is underperforming. We talked about this before. I just don't know what the exact sales figures are. But Final Fantasy VII Remake only had 8.74 million in sales, which is the second lowest in the last which is its second lowest performing game, which is surprising to me.
It
But
is.
do you guys think that sales are going to do better once they open it up to, if they open it up to like Xbox and PC, things like that? Do you think that'll help the
Yeah, I think
franchise?
naturally, just because there's a
I think it
larger
will.
player base that can play it.
Yeah, for sure. Exclusivity, I feel like, unless the game is like, I mean, Final Fantasy is a popular series, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's popular enough to like benefit solely from just like exclusivity with Sony. Exclusivity can definitely hurt you, I think. Rather than just making games open to everyone. You're definitely gonna have more sales. So I don't know why people choose to make things exclusive in the first place.
Because it's worked for Sony for how many years?
I
And
guess
to this day, it's
it's not
like the
working for
only
Square Enix
reason
though.
to pick the only reason to pick a console. Yeah, it doesn't matter to like the third party
Yeah,
publisher.
yeah, that's true. But people have more, I mean, I guess that is true. That is what's driving people to like pick their consoles. But I don't know.
Like Sony's paying for people to be exclusive. So
Yeah, yeah.
like
But
I would imagine that if you were to not be exclusive, you would make even more money than Sony's paying you
yeah,
still.
yeah, exactly. Because you would have access to a wider range of people. So that's why I feel like the benefits of just having an open platform game are higher than Sony, whatever the number Sony is giving you to be exclusive to them.
Yeah, it's in the third party's best interest, I think. You
Yeah.
know why?
But here's some interesting sales facts. Sales stats. Final Fantasy 14 came out in 2010, is the highest selling Final Fantasy game at 24 million copies. And then the lowest one, 13-2, that came out in 2011, 7.2 million. It's really fluctuated over the years. Like there's been like no solid pattern of sales for Final Fantasy. So I guess it really just depends. But yeah, so they are in the future looking to expand to more platforms, which is why I was saying, Jaja, maybe Rebirth will get announced to come out for Steam a lot sooner than you a lot sooner than you think. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess it depends on their contract with Sony though. So I don't know. They're probably not gonna be able to get out of that. But I don't want you to spoil the game for yourself. I feel like you're gonna be
I
confused
don't
if
know
you
if I'm
watch
gonna
it.
play the second one. I just want to know what happens in the story.
You're not gonna play the second one, so why are you
He's
even
gonna
playing
wait for the movie.
so why are you even playing the first one?
Because you got me into the first one. Yes,
But then don't you want to follow up
peer
and
pressure.
play the second one? But you know what? You can probably find a movie of all the cutscenes. So, James, I found a movie of all the cutscenes of Remake. Remember we were talking about this? I found one
Oh
on
yeah,
YouTube. It's 15
I never even checked
hours.
that out.
It's
Sounds
15,
about right, man.
15
Sometimes I'll be
hours.
like, at what point do I get to play the game?
15 hours. What?
Yeah, of just like all the cutscenes, the cinematic cutscenes. So, they'll probably release one for Rebirth too. So you can probably just watch that over time or however long it takes for you to
I
get through
want
it.
the
Yeah,
I want the
or the
narrator to
live action
explain it
remake.
to me.
Or the live action remake.
Live
Yeah,
action.
with Ryan Reynolds as Cloud Strife.
They could make a live action remake of Final Fantasy. I think if done right,
I
that
don't
could
think
actually
they've
be good.
tried.
No, no, they have. I don't think they have. No, there is a Final Fantasy movie, Advent Children. It's animated. It's like CGI animated
Yeah,
though. But that's like follows that happens that takes place after like Final Fantasy VII, like the entire game. So that is a thing. But I think they could make a live action Final Fantasy, and I think it would actually be good. They should do that. That's the one thing I would support if they came out and said that. Um, but yeah. And speaking of Steam, also, Kingdom Hearts is getting released for Steam. I don't know if you guys saw that, but all the Kingdom Hearts games are coming to Steam. Kingdom
yeah,
Hearts has a
peeped.
way. Kingdom Hearts has Kingdom Hearts has a way of just resurfacing time after time over and over again to make tons of money off of the same games that came out 20 years ago. It's crazy.
I know the mods are about to go crazy with that one.
Yeah. I admire them for it though. They anything but Kingdom Hearts 4. Let's re-release the same games again for another platform.
Mhm.
It's hilarious. Um, but good for Steam players, I guess, who never got to play Kingdom Hearts. It'll be good for them.
We have some
Speaking of
Activision
Steam,
news.
Wait,
well,
what?
we could go into the Activision news, but it's related.
Okay.
Yep. So they have their announced Elsewhere Entertainment. It's a new studio formed to develop an all new franchise. So we're getting some brand new IP. It's headquartered in Poland. I don't know what they got going on in Poland, but maybe it's something we haven't seen before. But that's about the extent of the news that we've gotten.
Hmm.
And then some of the people on this team have storytelling credits from games like The Last of Us, Uncharted, The Witcher, Cyberpunk, Destiny, Tom Clancy's The Division, and Far Cry. So they put together an all-star team of storytellers. So I feel like it's going to be something story-driven, something for sure.
Interesting. That sounds exciting if good games come out of it. We'll see.
Yep. Let's see how long that studio stands.
Yeah.
The way the
Um,
gaming industry is going.
It
sad.
sounds like they're taking some top people from random places and mashing them together. And this is just coming off the news that they shut down 4 studios. So
Yeah.
Microsoft has been in the whirlwind. There's been a whirlwind of news with them lately, especially with the showcase coming up on June 9th. They've
Oh,
been
is the showcase on June 9th?
supposedly like, yeah, their showcase is June 9th, and there's been my YouTube is full of like Xbox showcase leaks.
Mm,
And I've been staying away from them because I really don't care about the leaks. I just want to see what comes out at the showcase at this point. But this new studio, I hate that they're saying that they're going to produce AAA games. That term like makes me cringe because AAA games means just you're throwing a whole bunch of money at it, and
yeah.
we hope it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so, yeah.
I guess we'll have to
But at
see.
least this means jobs. This should be jobs for the
Yeah.
game industry.
Yes. And hopefully
So
jobs they can keep for a long time, for sure. I guess it all just depends on the product. So again, AAA is I feel like it's I feel like it's cursed because like you put all this money and energy into it, but like will it do well? Who knows? We'll see. Um yeah. And then we also got a trailer for Assassin's Creed. Is anyone do you guys play no.
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
You play
I haven't
Assassin's
touched an
Creed.
Assassin's Creed game since the very first one on like
Oh,
PS3.
never mind, never mind.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so no.
but this
The
one,
answer
after
is
seeing the trailer, I was like, oh, I'm excited for this. So
okay.
yeah, I'll be checking this one out. I'm gonna wait to pre-order it because I pre-ordered Rise of Ronin. That game was absolute trash. So I'm gonna wait to see other
Mm,
people play this one first and then be like, okay, this looks fun. Maybe I'll buy it. But I'm excited to check it out. So whether I'll be watching someone else stream it or actually playing it myself, I'll be checking this game out.
nice. And you don't have to the good thing about Assassin's Creed is that you can just pick up any one of them and play them. Like you don't have to like play them in order at all,
Yeah,
right?
like
It's
Final
not like they're
Fantasy.
connected. Yeah. Yeah, like Final Fantasy. It's true.
At least I
Um
think there might be an overarching story,
there are
but
some no, there's not. There are some that are connected. Like Final Fantasy 10 and then 10-2 are like that's one and then a sequel. But they're not all like that. Like for the most part, they're all different.
gotcha.
You don't have to follow them. They're all about different characters and they don't overlap at all. So yeah,
Hmm.
that is the good thing about it, for sure. The bad thing about it is the constant years of turn-based gameplay that they've just now started to break away from, which prevents me from going back and playing any of them. Um, so
Yep, I
yes,
will not be doing that.
yeah, they should just remake all of their games with the style of fighting that Final Fantasy VII Remake has.
wait, who should remake the games?
Square Enix. They should remake all
Oh,
their turn. They should remake all
okay,
their
I got you.
turn-based
I
Final
got you.
Fantasy games.
I
Yeah.
thought we were talking about Assassin's Creed. I'm like, Assassin's
No, no,
Creed
no, no, no,
is
no, no, no,
the
no,
gameplay is
no, no, no.
amazing.
No, guys, I gotta finish. I'm gonna pick up Elden Ring again. That's what's gonna be my next game. And Zelda. It's one of I'm
Hmm.
gonna alternate between the two of them. The DLC comes out in a couple weeks. I'm not gonna be done with it by then, but
Couple
I
weeks.
gotta like revisit that game in some
I was
form.
just watching some Elden Ring videos. I do want to like play that game again.
Yeah, I gotta revisit Elden Ring and I gotta like get used to the controls again and like I gotta learn how to play it again. I will do that. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, because we real gamers over here at the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Some of us
But
are.
wait, are we
Not
skipping
me.
over
Yeah,
that the
real
new
gamers.
Assassin's Creed character is a black samurai? Like that's dope
Oh
as
yeah,
heck.
Oh, I'm not gonna
an
lie to you guys.
actual
I didn't even watch.
historical figure as well. Oh, you
I
didn't
didn't
watch this,
even.
Yeah,
Shannon?
I didn't even watch
You
the
haven't been
historically
trailer.
seeing the
accurate
outcry?
figure.
Oh man.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Has there been outcry?
So
I have not seen it.
it's
What?
really, really
There's a
cool.
black
I
guy in the
like
game.
both.
Of course, there's outcry.
Oh
I've
yeah.
blocked the
Oh yeah. That's what
negativity
I was
from my
gonna say
mind.
next.
Okay. Oh yeah. Let's talk about that. Go ahead. That's of
There's a
course there's
lot of
outcry.
people like,
Yeah.
you know,
So the
criticizing.
protagonists.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a two protagonist system. So there's a black guy, Yasuke, so who happened to be a real samurai back in
Right.
Japan.
Yasuke.
And then
Yep.
there's I think this person is a made up person, but it's a woman ninja character. So we have a black guy who gamers for some reason hate black people, and then a woman who gamers for some reason hate women. So it's been pure outrage about
Oh
this
my
game.
God. Of
Mhm.
course. Of course. I don't understand the game. So guys, I love the nerd community. But the nerd community, like there's a good side, there's a community, there's a side of it that's like purely community that's fun to be a part of. And then there's the other side, which is completely toxic and hateful. And I don't know what right those people think they have, like to just spew racism and sexism and like all this stuff. Like why? I don't understand. At the end of the day, like you're still in your home spending a lot of time playing video games. So like what right do you have to like this just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
But of course,
they're
I
crying about how it's unrealistic for a black person to be a samurai. But I mean, it's
there
based
were
on
but
Yasuke, who happens to
right.
be like an actual person that lived in Japan and was a
That's
samurai.
that's when you tell people
Um,
to pick up some history books. I don't
up some
understand.
Mhm.
history books, and then reflect on, has Assassin's Creed always been exactly realistic? Because I saw some clips of different Assassin's Creed games and I was like, okay, this has left realism a long time ago. So why are we crying about it now?
But at the end of the day, it's a video game. It's not like this is history
That too.
class. Come on, people.
That too.
Like, come on. Like, I don't get it. People need to like find better things to do with their lives. Like, if you don't want to
Yeah.
play the game, then you don't have to play the game. Don't buy it. But like, let the people like don't rain on the people's parade who are like happy and excited about this. Like, there's
And
nothing wrong
before
with
you
it.
criticize, do your history.
That's what I'm
do it. Do a Google search.
But guys, we all know that the racists and the sexist people and the incels, we all know that they're terribly ignorant and don't know things. They're just saying things just to say it. So it's like you can't even give too much stock to it, but it's just annoying.
Right.
You know, and this is why, I've calmed myself down a lot. I used to be one of those people that used to argue with ignorant people in the comments of social media, but I have stopped doing that because you can't waste your energy and time on people because they literally will never understand or try to empathize or agree with what you're saying. They're just
Yeah,
ignorant. That's it.
they do
They're just
not have good
ignorant.
faith arguments. It's
Yeah.
just trying to get a rise out of folks. But
Yeah.
yeah, once I saw Yasuke in the trailer, I was like, oh snap, this is dope. And then that's what
Yeah.
made me want to play it. So
It
I
looks
mean,
great.
if they're bringing people in that haven't touched Assassin's Creed since the first game, based
Yeah.
on just you might be able to, I mean, you're going to be able to play as Yasuke then. Like I think
Yeah.
they're doing a good thing here. So
Yeah.
hopefully this game ends up being
And
a good game and it sells well and no one gets
the
laid
other
off after the fact.
the other side of the controversy with this whole game is that there were hints that the romantic relationships, will be, you'll be able to choose who you want your partner to be. So there's people who are complaining about that. I guess I don't know, like, and I don't
Hmm.
even know how true is that in the game. So, but even if it is, like, who cares? You don't have to do that if you're not with
Right.
that. So
Yeah. I didn't watch this trailer. I didn't see it. Like I don't know why this didn't like cross my algorithm at all, but this looks like a game. I'm gonna put this on my playlist. Like I want to play this game when it comes out. Well, we'll see.
and
It's
I'm
coming out this
so
year.
the
November.
last Assassin's Creed I played was Origins, the one where
Hmm.
you're in Egypt, pretty much. And
Yeah.
I have the next one, the one where you're in like Greece or Rome or whatever.
And you
And
haven't
I
played
have
it.
not Valhalla. I have Valhalla. I have not. I do not have a save file in Valhalla. And that's not because I'm hating. I really want to play. I've heard great things. The game looks amazing. I want to play it. It's just that I was playing Origins, and the Assassin's Creed game loops get so repetitive sometimes that I like get kind of bored. Go to
Mhm.
a new city, do the same exact activities, unlock everything, go to the next place. But so I was kind of like, I gotta finish Origins before I do Valhalla. But I don't know. I might jump into Valhalla.
I mean, you have a lot of time. November,
I got a
well,
lot of games to
that's not
finish, man.
the time has been going by in an alarmingly fast rate. So summer will be over before we know it. It hasn't even started yet. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
this
tell
this
me about it. My
this
birthday's coming up. Once my birthday comes up, summer's over. because
Oh
that's
yeah,
when the days start getting
we gotta
shorter.
do
The
a
summer
Jaja birthday
solstice.
stream.
Oh yeah. What are you doing?
The,
What are you doing for
I
your
think
birthday,
from
Jaja?
the 23rd to the 20, or is it the 22nd to the 24th is the summer solstice? I forget. But after
The
that, the days start getting shorter. So I'm like, after my birthday, that summer's pretty much done.
after
Gotcha.
wait,
Keep an eye on
after
that
the
Iron Nation.
after the summer solstice, you're saying that the summer is basically over? Doesn't that mean it, but
Yeah,
that
because
means it
that's
just
when the
started,
days start getting shorter.
I
Like,
guess. Yeah, oh
I
yeah.
start thinking about winter.
But summer just started. So how can you
I,
the summer solstice is the start of summer. So
I don't know.
how
That's
can
just
you start thinking about
me
winter?
being weird. Don't worry, my mind works in mysterious ways. So
But yeah, this game looks good and the graphics look amazing. So I want to play this. I'm surprised I didn't see this before. But yeah, we'll see. For all the
Yeah,
for
definitely
all
checking that one out.
for all the haters, please ugh, you all make me sick. Anyway, um did you guys see the news from Disney had their upfronts a couple weeks ago and they officially announced the real name of the Agatha Disney Plus series? Did you guys catch any of this news? It really made me angry and annoyed.
Oh yeah, heard about it.
Yeah. So, Marvel, the Agatha show has gone through several name changes throughout the past couple of years since it's been announced. But at the upfronts, they decided to play it off like they did this on purpose, and the official new name of the show is called Agatha All Along, and they tried to play it off like this whole thing was a game and like, haha, that we meant to do this the whole time. I don't believe it though. I believe that they were just struggling with this with this project the entire time. It's gone through I think 5 name changes. So it was originally called Agatha House of Harkness, then Agatha Coven of Chaos, then it was Agatha the Darkhold Diaries, then it was Agatha, and then I think it went through another name change too, but they played it off like it was Agatha all along. Like they were like, this is what it was the whole
do
time.
you
We're
Oh, they're
trolling
letting
you
us in on the bit.
guys.
no?
No,
Do you
it's not a bit.
remember the Do you remember in what's the dag show she's from? The show that she came from.
WandaVision.
Yeah, WandaVision. Do you remember the scene where they did that whole Agatha's all
Yeah.
along
Mhm.
bit?
Yeah.
Like
That was the
it
bit.
didn't matter what they named the show. That Agatha show was gonna be called Agatha. It's Agatha all along. I don't
So
care
you
what they named it. In my mind, that was the name of the show.
you
It's
think that
Agatha all along.
so do you think their
They
bit was real then? Like they were just trolling us with all these different names?
um I don't think it was decided at that point, but like everybody was predicting that it was going to be called that, and Disney likes to, they don't like their predictions getting made true, so they had to
I
try to pull
wasn't
us off.
I wasn't predicting anything because I could care less about this show. But you're probably right.
Yeah, I just thought it was called Agatha. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I just feel like I mean Aubrey Plaza is gonna be in it. I love her, so maybe it will be good. We'll see. Who knows?
Are you
Um,
not going to watch this, Shannon?
no, of course I'm gonna watch it. I would never just like not watch something that Marvel puts out, but
I have to say, are we
am I
boycotting?
no, I'm not boycotting. But am I expecting it to be good? I don't think so.
I am.
I know you are, Jada, because you're so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed about things from Marvel and and so like
Listen,
you have a lot of
Marvel's
hope.
on an upward trend right now,
Are they?
depending on how this next movie like
Oh,
comes
yes,
out.
they are because they've had tremendous success
We're coming
with
off of,
X-Men.
yeah,
Yes.
we're coming
And
off of a masterpiece.
yes, they've
Like,
had tremendous X-Men success.
yes.
All of the hype about Deadpool, which tickets went on sale, I think last week. I need to go get some. Um,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Mhm.
Did you guys see the popcorn buckets for that movie?
Are you getting one?
Nah.
No, because it looks ridiculous.
Oh,
It looks
I gotta
um
look it up.
yeah, you gotta look it up. It is quite funny, but no. Um
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That is hilarious. The Wolverine
It's
one looks like, oh my God. They remind me of like, you remember that show of Nickelodeon, The Legend of the Hidden Temple or something like that?
uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
they
yeah,
had the wall that talks.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of right now. I
I'm
don't
just
know
like,
why.
I'm just looking at this. I'm like,
Wait,
how do you
wait.
eat the
Some of
popcorn?
these are not true.
No,
I
no,
don't know
this,
which one is
no, no,
true
no, no,
because
this one
some of
is,
these are wild.
no, no,
Some of
this one
these
is,
look
no, no,
crazy.
here, I'll show you. The
No,
one,
there's no way this is a real popcorn bucket. They
no,
got a
this,
Deadpool one. You know how they got some X-rated Deadpool popcorn buckets. Like,
yes.
there's no way this is a popcorn bucket.
No, no, the one with the mouth hole is the real one.
Okay.
Screw off bottom.
All right. All right. That
Yeah,
one. I see that one.
yes.
Okay. So these are fake. Okay. Good.
Yeah, the other ones are, yes. The one with the mouth hole is the real one. I'm like, how do you eat the popcorn out of here? I'm confused, but whatever. It's
Pour it into your
funny.
hand.
I guess so. It's funny, but no, I will not be buying one. And I also feel like if you buy one, you have to buy both of them. Otherwise, like
That
it
is very
doesn't work.
interesting.
And I don't have room for two ridiculous looking popcorn buckets in my home. So I will not be doing that. But kudos to those that buy it. Um, but yeah. um, yeah, there's a lot of what was I saying? How do we get to this point? Yes, so there's a lot of hype
Oh
around Deadpool and
shoot.
Wolverine, which I'm sure will be great. So Marvel's on an upward trend right now. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the stuff. For sure. But I don't know. And I feel like we're so far removed from WandaVision at this point that like, I don't know, this show coming out 5 years later is like just I don't know. It's a little far removed for me, in my personal opinion. But we'll see. Who knows?
I do
Um,
want to do a rewatch of that phase, starting with WandaVision.
ugh. Okay. Fun. Fun. Let me know how that goes. Let me know. Um, and just real quick for time, there's gonna be a Spider-Man noir show that's starring Nicolas Cage that's gonna come out for Amazon Prime Video. Um, sounds interesting. Again, not thinking too much of it until I get a trailer or some kind of first look. But
And why are we on Amazon Prime? Can we keep
I
our
don't,
stuff
Yeah,
organized,
it's kind of
please?
crazy.
right. It is it yeah. I don't know. That's weird. Because I guess it's like I mean, because it wouldn't be on Disney Plus because Spider-Man's not an official Marvel property. So I guess at that point it's whoever buys it from
Highest
Sony
bidder.
is where it can go. Yeah, is where it will go. So I know I was actually thinking about canceling Amazon Prime the other day, but actually I forgot that the boys is starting next week, so I can't cancel it. Uh
Oh yeah, the boys.
the boys is coming back and it was renewed for a season 5 already before season 4 even dropped. So high hopes for season 4. I'm excited. But I don't know that wait, James, you like the boys now, right? Or no?
I fell off at like halfway through season 2.
Oh my God, you didn't even finish it.
Yeah,
Okay, so you don't like the boys.
it
Okay.
started getting a little weird, but yeah, they were just opening a whole lot of plots, and I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, they're just trying to make this stretch forever because like nothing was getting solved. It was like we're getting more questions than answers at this point. So
Mm. And Jaja, what about you? You like the boys?
Yeah,
No. Okay.
I'm not up to date though.
Oh, never mind. Okay, so I am the only one that's going to be watching the boys when season 4 starts
yeah,
in a week, in 2 weeks.
you'll have to hold it down for us.
All right, that's fine. I'll give my boys recap week to week.
Hopefully,
Pass
you
or
don't get
fail.
spoiled.
Impossible. Oh well, the comic book readers, they'll find something to say
Yeah,
for sure. Um, and then let's just go over our thoughts on X-Men. Um, like Jaja said, it was a masterpiece. Thanks, Marvel. You've dug yourselves out of a hole that was
yeah, I give them
just
2 thumbs up.
ongoing. It was great. It was a great series. I am very much looking forward to season 2 whenever we get that. But yeah, it wrapped up with a lot of potential directions that the show could go in. So I'm super excited. Jaja, what did you think? Because you were behind the last two episodes of this 3-part finale. So now I want to get your thoughts on the whole thing.
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. It was like I want to watch the whole season over immediately. So probably gonna do that soon. I loved all the cameos that they did.
Hmm.
They dropped a
There were a lot
lot
in this. There were a lot in this episode.
of cameos.
Yeah,
We got
there were
a
a
lot.
lot. Yeah,
We got I can't even name all of them. The
yeah,
Silver Samurai. We got Omega Red. We got Psylocke. We got mad cameos. So
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
hyped
even
to
the Black
see how
Panther.
that.
And the Black
Yeah,
Panther.
Black Panther was in there.
Yep.
Like I wonder if they're gonna like use that, you know what I mean, to spawn like different like animated series that all tie. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Give me all
Isn't
these animated series that tie into each other. But the only thing that kind of like what's happening with all this future like timeline stuff with the X-Men, because I feel like that will affect how you do that. You know what I mean? I'm like, are
yeah,
they trying to reset the universe? I'm like, what are they doing?
yeah. Um, I don't know, because I thought it was gonna go a lot of different ways. So next season, it looks like some apocalypse is gonna be involved.
Mhm.
Um, Also, a lot of people were talking about Onslaught, which is like Professor Xavier's like evil inner demon that spawns. Uh, it kind of
Okay,
seems like it kind of seemed like that's the way it was going, but we didn't actually see any
yeah.
confirmation of it. So, but I feel like next season for sure will be some confirmation of that. Gambit probably gonna come back from the dead as a horseman for sure was another theory. I think is true because in the post credit scene, his card was in there. Um, So definitely, I think that's gonna happen. And then yeah, all these two different timelines that the X-Men are in. I'm looking forward to seeing like what's gonna happen from there. I'm not sure though. Um, but I'm looking forward to it. And Bo DeMeo, who was like heavily while this season was airing, even though he was fired, was like heavily on Twitter while this season was airing, like talking about the like his creative direction on certain things and like answering fans' questions. He did write a lot of season two, but he's not going to be involved in the production of it. So as long as they stick to his scripts, which I hope they do, then I feel like season two will be just as good as season one. But we still don't know why he was fired, which is a shame because he did a really, really good job with this show. And
Yeah.
Do you think, I hate to speculate, but do you think it's something controversial that like we'd be mad at him for?
I don't
Or
know, but it's so weird though because I feel like even when people get fired for controversial things, like we usually know like they'll usually like tell us the reason why somebody was fired. But like there like really was like no indication, like they really had said zero about like why he was fired, which is kind of weird. Because usually like in the news cycle we'll know. So it's kind of weird that this information is not public at all. I wonder why. So, but I this like until I know what happens, like I have no problem saying that he did a great job on the show because they refuse to
Sure.
tell us anything. Um, but yeah,
I like
it
how they use some of the like they reanimated some of the comic panels like straight from the comics, like
yeah.
spoiler alert, but Wolverine
The anime, yeah,
getting his bones ripped out from him by Magneto. That was like
yeah,
straight from the comic. And then, like you were saying, I think that's the comic where he turns into Onslaught, like
hmm
Magneto and
yeah,
Professor Xavier fuse or something. And that
yeah,
shot where Xavier's like blasting into his brain is like straight from the comics,
yeah,
exactly the way it looks. Like that is so fire how they did that. All the
yeah,
animation is so fire.
yeah. Oh yeah,
They
it
did a
was
great job.
yeah, yep. They did a great job bringing a lot of stuff into the show from the comics for sure.
We got to
Um,
see a true optic blast from Cyclops. Like there was a lot of stuff they did that
yeah.
just I'm happy about.
And I'm also glad that Wolverine wasn't like the main focus of this show, just because like he was the main focus of so much of the live action X-Men. So it was nice to focus on like other people. Or like he was heavily involved in like a lot of the live action stuff. So it's nice to focus on other things for sure. So yeah,
I only got one issue.
oh no. And Jaja has an issue. What's wrong?
Not really like
It's
an
very
issue,
rare.
but
Okay, what
like
is it?
I think we talked about it, but like they underutilized Morph. I feel like
No, they
he
didn't. He is an
is supposed to be. He's
apparently an OP character. He doesn't need to be overutilized because then it would be dumb. Just leave him over there.
all right.
Because that's what I was saying. If Morph can truly use people's abilities, then he could have solved a lot of the problems that were going on. So it's good that they didn't use him because then
Like,
it would
couldn't he
bring.
have just turned into Magneto and repolarized everything?
That's what
Like,
I said when I brought up that question about whether he was
oh
OP.
god.
He
All
could have
right.
done that. That's why I'm saying that like they should leave him in the background if that is really his power. If he can really use people's abilities, he needs to
Mhm.
not be in the forefront. Because yes,
And
he
I
could have
think
done that. He could have done that. Exactly that.
we should you know how we know we like a good tier list, right? So we got to do our favorite X-Men or strongest X-Men. I don't know which one you want to do. Ranking X-Men from strongest, which ones we think are the strongest to
Okay.
least.
We can save that. Yes, we can definitely save that for that could be a good episode. James, do you have any friends that love X-Men that want to come on and be a part of that discussion?
Probably so.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about it in our group chat all the time. So I don't know who is the most in tune or who would want to be down, but I'm sure they'd be down.
Yeah. Bring on the guests. That'd be cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
one
first
highlight I
guests.
want to mention is Cable having the psychic battle with his mom or the clone of his mom, or
His mom
however you want to look at
again.
that. But
Mhm.
that was crazy. I didn't realize Cable had psychic powers. I guess I should have assumed that, but like
Mhm.
that was nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. The whole thing was great. It was a great show. I am gonna miss
Yeah.
watching it on Wednesdays. Um. I'll find something
And
else to
then,
watch.
I mean, since we're spoiling everything, the girl in the future that they're talking to, that's his supposedly their daughter too.
Yeah, I heard that when I watched
I
the
forget her
breakdown
name.
video. Yeah.
So,
Sa yeah, I forgot what her name was too. I heard that. So yeah, I'm
yeah,
looking.
Cyclops and Jean, they're so important to the universe, you know?
They are. They are. So I'm looking forward to season 2. Hopefully they don't mess it up. But we'll see. We'll see.
Uh-huh.
But it was a great wrap for X-Men. Um, Jaja, are you up to date on Windbreakers or still no?
No.
Oh my God. It's because you're too busy watching these 3-hour interviews 2 times.
Oh
You
yeah,
could
yeah,
you could
yeah.
have definitely squeezed in and caught up with Windbreakers. But
And
Windbreakers,
gaming. I've been doing a lot of gaming instead of watching stuff.
Yeah, real gamers.
I can't lie. I like purposely gaming instead of watching stuff.
but you could have watched Windbreakers instead of the
You are
second run
right.
through of
No, you're
this.
right. You're right. Because
Windbreakers
that's
is
one of those shows.
so good. You're up to date, right, James? You saw this recent
Yeah.
episode where Choji and Umemi's fight started. Oh my God. Well, I don't want to spoil it for Jaja, but Choji is a psychopath. Um,
I'm gonna get up to date. I promise you by next week I'll be up to date on Windbreakers. I'm
okay.
probably gonna watch some animes this week and
Okay.
mix it up.
What do you think of this episode, James, without spoiling like too much of it?
It seems as if my prediction is coming to fruition.
Which one?
What
Which
is your
prediction?
predictions?
That
It's going to
oh,
be a
clean
clean
sweep?
sweep for the
Clean
gang.
sweep? Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
When
You were saying
Sakura, I
that.
was like, I really wanted to be right so badly, and I thought I was. There was a time where I thought it was gonna be a tie, and then I'd be like, that's me partially being right. I'm right, but it didn't happen that way. Like, dang it. But I won't say too much. But yeah, Choji's a psychopath. And I was watching the episode this morning when he kicked when he uh when he kicked what's his face? I forgot his name. His number 2. When he kicked him, I was like, oh shoot, that was just so like crazy and unexpected. Do you know what part I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very
That
excited.
flashback with him, I was like, yeah, he's probably going to turn on everybody.
Oh yeah, he's like I think he's purely psycho. So I can't wait for Jaja to catch up so we can talk about that. But and I'm excited to see his and Umemi's fight. I think it's gonna be really good for sure. So we'll see. But yeah, Jaja, you gotta watch it. That's your podcast homework. You definitely have to catch up on Windbreakers.
All right, so then don't play Final Fantasy and watch Windbreakers.
First of all, how many episodes behind are you?
I mean, what is there? There's
There's
8 of them out,
there's
right?
there's 8 episodes out. How many episodes have you seen?
Probably 2.
Ooh, yeah,
Okay.
he's far behind. Yeah,
First of
hey,
all,
my
yeah,
bad, man.
you're far
We've been
behind.
spoiling left and right. I'm
I
sorry,
know we
Jaja.
have we
Well,
have
you didn't really spoil anything.
no, we didn't.
There's a little fight tournament that happens. Yeah, that happens in every anime. What
Yeah,
else
this
is
is
there?
Jaja, these episodes are 23 minutes. You should definitely be able to watch them and play video games. It's
I don't
like,
like doing that at the same time. I tried
what do you mean? No,
because
not
I
at the
was
same
Once I get
time.
into the story.
Not at the same time, but I
yeah
mean like
yeah
you should be able to
I'd be locked in for
you could
real.
just
I don't like
all you
missing stuff.
all you need is an hour and a half to catch up on Windbreakers. Cause like you have
And
to watch
then
6.
once you
That's it.
start gaming, like 2 hours, 3 hours goes by
Okay, so just
like that.
Yeah, for us real gamers.
lock in an hour and a half and watch Windbreakers. And then you
Yeah,
can go play video
I'll
games.
be caught up probably by the end of today if I'm not doing nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Go do it.
There we
Get to
go.
it. We got to talk about Windbreakers. You're too far behind.
Got you.
Watching Terrence Howard be a loony bin on Joe Rogan's podcast. You know, I'm excited. I'm
Yeah. And the Knicks are out of the playoffs, so you got some free
Yeah, the
time.
Knicks are out,
Yeah.
so like I've been like half watching the playoffs, so I should
okay.
have the time.
All right. Anything else before you wrap up, guys?
No,
That's all I got.
looking forward to another week of nerdy things.
I gotta get my
Looking forward
cosplays
to
together for BlerdCon.
multiverses.
Oh yeah, multiverse. I'm ready.
Oh yeah, after James finishes Final Fantasy, which he's gonna do today. So he
Today or
says.
tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow. Let's see. All
So
right.
wait,
Well,
what podcast homework does Shannon have? Since me and James have podcast homework,
none.
Yeah.
No, I said wait.
what do you have to
Well,
do?
you did say you had one.
Oh, I said I was gonna watch that interview.
Oh yeah.
I don't really want to, but I will. Does that really count as podcast homework though? I don't think it does.
No, we
Start a
gotta
game
get
that
you
you're gonna
some
commit
like,
to.
yeah.
Oh,
She gotta either play Zelda or
Elden Ring.
Elden
okay.
Ring. Yeah,
Okay.
Or
I can
Tales of Arise. Start some new game.
well, if I have to wait. Oh, you said it's on Game
Or
Pass. Okay.
continue a different game.
I'm gonna continue a game that I already have.
You still have your Game Pass, Shannon?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't.
boo.
I know. I'm gonna continue a game I already have. On the, on the good word of saving money. And I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
finish, Zelda or Elden Ring. Or I'm not, or at least start Elden Ring again. So that's my podcast homework. I'll find
Picking
some
a
time to do
game
that.
back up. There we go.
Yeah, picking a game back up, dusting it off, getting reacquainted with dying all the time. Can't wait. Um, um, that is my homework.
I
Yeah.
watched clips of the stream. Castanet just did a stream where he played Elden Ring, and he just streamed the entire playthrough. And
Mm.
like I watched a clip of him. He was playing one of the hardest bosses in the game, and I forgot how many tries it took him to beat the game. But I watched his reaction to him beating it. It was one of those, when
Yeah.
Elden Ring was going crazy, everybody was making those videos of like raging to it and then being excited when they won. So
Yeah.
it's one of those games.
That was me in the Sephiroth fight at the end of Rebirth. Just so
Oh yeah, was that tough?
for me it was. I really want James to
I'm
get
not
there to see
finding
if
the
he has
game very challenging. The first one, at
no,
least.
no. In the first, there are challenging fights, but as a whole, it's not challenging. But there are fights that are hard, I would say.
Okay.
And Rebirth, the same. Like I wasn't really struggling throughout the game, but at the end, I was struggling. So I'm looking forward to see if James is also struggling. If James, if you come onto the show next week and tell me that you beat the last fights in one try, I'm really actually going to be very angry.
I don't know, man.
That must
Real
mean that
gamer over here.
Got
so
them air combos on lock.
we'll
Yeah,
see.
no, my combo game is crazy. That's why I've been whipping folks.
I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just gonna be. If you, I'll wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna wait and see if you're on the struggle bus at the last part, like I was.
Gotcha.
But we'll see. But yeah, no, the game as a whole, like if you're playing on normal mode, it's not. I don't think it's not super hard. But playing on hard mode, I hear is very, very challenging. I was like reading through, like when I finished the game, it was like telling me like what hard mode does. Like you can't use items at all, like for the whole game, and then like you can for the second game, at a rest stop, it only replenishes your HP. So I'm like, if you can't use items, then how do you replenish your MP? It doesn't make any sense to me. So I was like,
Materia.
that doesn't sound like anything that I would want to try to do. Why would I want to be frustrated? So I would not be playing the game on hard.
Mm-hmm.
Would not be doing that. But that's probably the most challenging. So, but yeah. Anything else, guys?
Oh, I forgot to mention during the video game thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all hear that Microsoft's trying to buy Steam? Like, there's rumors that they're trying to buy
Why?
Valve.
Why would they do that?
I don't think it's true.
So they can lay off more people at Steam? Don't do
It's just
it,
another
Steam.
one of the
price is
Xbox
going up.
Microsoft conspiracies.
I hope that's not true. Don't let them buy you out,
I
Steam.
don't think it's actually happening, but it was in the news this week.
I
don't even think that's a thought for like, because I think it came out in that leak years ago, so people were like bringing it back up. Oh, Xbox was looking at Steam purchasing that.
Well, Xbox needs to just
I doubt they're gonna do that.
They need to hit the chill pill for a second. That's it. Just calm down. Anyway, thanks guys for joining us for another week. We will be back next week. As always, you can like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at Blerdsnerds. Follow us on TikTok, Blerdsnerds_pod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you are a creative color in the Blerd space and you want to come on to talk about your work, send us an email at blerdsnerds@gmail.com. And rate, review, and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or your podcast listening app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.